Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I will be showing you guys how to make a low-sew crochet polar bear. This polar bear is super adorable, squishy, and also super easy to make. We have the little bobble stitch tails, and we also have the bobble stitch feet, which I will be showing you guys later how to do. So without further ado, let's hop right into this super cute no-sew tutorial. For materials, we will be needing some baby chenille white yarn, some black milk cotton yarn, some scissors, and also of course a 4mm crochet hook, and a sewing needle, a stitch marker, and some stuffing, and last of all 8mm safety eyes. To start off with, for our first round, we're going to go ahead and do a magic ring. And after we do the magic ring, we're going to insert 6 single crochet into that first round. If you do not know how to do a magic ring, I have linked one down in the descriptions below for a detailed tutorial on how to do a magic ring. For round 2, we will do 6 single crochet in a magic ring all around, and at the end of this round you should have 6 stitches. For the third round, we are going to go ahead and do a single crochet and increase. At the end of this round you should have a total of 9 stitches. For our fourth round, we're going to go ahead and put an increase in all the 9 stitches, so at the end of this round you should have a total of 18 stitches. Next, for round 5, we have 2 single crochet increase to get us a total of 24 stitches at the end of this round. For round 6, we're just going to do single crochet all around, and at the end of this round you should have a total of 24 stitches. Alright, now for round 7, we will be creating the bobble stitch feet over here, the first pair of bobble stitch feet. And so we're going to start off with 9 single crochet first. After 9 single crochet, we will insert a bobble stitch in, so yarn over in the next stitch, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over back into the stitch until you have gotten 5 loops on your hook, then pull the entire thing through. Next, we will go ahead and do 3 single crochet. And now make another bobble stitch for the second foot. Now finish off by doing 10 single crochet to finish off the round. And those are the little bobble stitch feet completed. Moving on to round 8, we're just going to go ahead and do single crochet all around, and you should have a total of 24 stitches at the end of this round. Before we go into rounds 9, we're going to go ahead and insert our 8mm safety eyes. Go ahead and insert them at rounds 4 and 5, 5 stitches apart. Now let's move on to the next round. For rounds 9 to 11, we are just going to go ahead and do single crochet all around So that will be single crochet for 3 rounds, and at the end of each of these 3 rounds you should have a total of 24 stitches. Next, we're going to make the second pair of bobble stitch legs, and we're going to repeat a similar pattern. We're going to go ahead and do 9 single crochet, bobble stitch, 3 single crochet, bobble stitch, and then 10 single crochet. Now finish off with 10 single crochet. For rounds 13, we're going to go ahead and do one more round of single crochet. At the end of this round, you should have 24 stitches in total. From this round onward, we're going to start decreasing. So for rounds 14, we're going to do 2 single crochet and then invisible decrease. At the end of this round, you should have 18 stitches in total. If you're not sure how to do an invisible decrease, or if it's too hard, you can just continue on with a normal decrease. For rounds 15, we're going to go ahead and do single crochet and then invisible decrease. At the end of this round, you should have a total of 12 stitches. At this point, before we end up with the last round, we are going to go ahead and sew in this tail that is sticking out from the magic ring. So grab your sewing needle and we're just going to sew it through and then just hide it in the body later when we start stuffing. And now grab some stuffing to stuff up your little polar bear, and at this point I'm just going to fast forward it. If you want to have a more squishy polar bear, just stuff less. If you want a firmer one, stuff more. Now that you have stuffed it finished and it's nice and squishy, we're going to close up with the last round, round 16, with invisible decrease all around, and at the end of this round you should have a total of 6 stitches. So now you're done with the polar bear's body, and we're just going to go ahead and take off the stitch marker, grab our scissors and cut off some of the yarn so we can leave a tail for sewing and closing up the hole. There we go, that's your polar bear's body, and now we're going to move on to the tail and the ears. The tail is optional if you don't want to put it, but I'm just going to be showing you guys how to do it. So first of all, we're going to basically do a bobble stitch in rounds 14 to 15, and after that slip stitch just to secure it. Go ahead and put your crochet hook into 2 stitches, and it should be in the middle. You can use a needle to just ensure that you're in the middle of the body, and then go ahead and grab your yarn and just kind of pull it through and make a bobble stitch. Now grab a scissors to just snip off and leave a little tail so that we can tie the knot to secure the tail even more. There we go, that's our cute little bobble stitch tail over there. And now let's move on to the ears. For the ears, we're going to make 2 in the same white yarn. Very simple. We're just going to go ahead, make a magic ring and insert 4 single crochet into that. After that, close the magic ring up and grab your scissors to cut off and leave a tail so that we can attach it to the polar bear's body later. Now that we've got 2 of the ears, I'm now going to show you how to attach it onto the polar bear's body using a crochet hook. We're going to put our crochet hook in between round 6 and 7, 2 stitches, and then we're going to grab our ear. There are 2 sides of the yarn tail, so just grab one side and we're going to pull that in like so. After we have pulled the first tail in, we're going to insert our hook back into that same place where that first tail is sticking out from. Go into the next stitch beside it and pull that second tail through all the way. And I'll pull both tails to tighten and secure it, and then after, when you're satisfied with it, go ahead and tie a knot or double knot. So now that we've completed the first ear, let's move on to the second ear and do the same on the other side. Now that we've completed both ears, our last thing we need to do is the black little snout. So go ahead and grab some of the black milk cotton yarn or thinner sewing yarn, and we're just going to snip off a bit for sewing it on. You can use a needle or a crochet hook, it is totally up to you, but we're going to go ahead and sew that nose on rounds 2 and 3. I like to go at least 2 to 3 rounds so that the nose is thicker like a polar bear's one. So I think for this one I did 3 times and then I went back into my same starting part, and then I'll just go ahead and tie the knot. And there we go, you've got your really cute low-sew polar bear cutie. And I hope you enjoyed this tutorial and found it helpful. Don't forget to hop on that subscribe button before you leave to stay tuned for more of my crochet tutorials and crochet videos coming up. Bye, and I'll see you in the next one.